Coming up, this watch came broken, and Mad Hudson watches won't do anything about it. Let's find out why. Hello, and welcome back to Automatic Reviews. I'm Mark. This week's review is of the absolutely bizarre and amazing Broken Time by Mad Hudson watches. This watch was designed by the artist and multifaceted comedic content creator Brad Podre, and this piece definitely lives up to his brand. But before we get to that, I'd just like to let you know that I put up videos every week, and my goal is to focus on the best watches at all price ranges. If that sounds good to you, then consider hitting that subscribe button. And while you're at it, tap that little bell icon too, so you can be notified each week when my latest video goes up. A special thank you goes out to Mad Hudson Watches for sponsoring this video. However, as always, sponsored or not, I'll always tell you what I really think, and I should add that Mad Hudson has made zero requests with regard to the content of this video. They seem like a really lovely company. Alright, now let's take a look at this watch. Here's a quick look at the unboxing experience. The outside sleeve of this box is colorful and heavily branded, with the top showing the name, the back crediting the artist, one side stating powered by Bastio Movement, a reference to a Brad Podre deep cut, and the other side playing off the old adage that even a broken clock is right twice a day. Slipping off this sleeve, inside you find a small, tidy black box with, I want to say, a Steamboat Willie-inspired arm adorning a watch. Popping the lid off, you find the watch inside strapped to a cardboard holder. Somewhat ironically, the crystal, designed to look broken, features a protective plastic film for shipping. Similarly, there's a film on the case back as well. The crown has a small plastic spacer to keep it in the open position during shipping to save battery life. Also included in the shipping package is this branded card featuring the instructions. This watch has a 1-year warranty. The stainless steel case and bezel are brushed. The case is 40mm across and 10.5mm thick, including the crystal. It's 46mm lug to lug, and it has a lug width of 18mm. But it's complicated. The lugs appear as a solid block and measured from the outside are 24mm across. Underneath, however, you can see the true 18mm lug width. More on this later. It has a polished, really nicely laser engraved screw-down case back, and a brushed, unsigned push-pull crown. Powering the watch here is a quartz movement. The dial of this watch is a vibrant shade of yellow. Surrounding the dial is a brushed stainless steel internal bezel which has raised bars at the 3, 6, 9, and 12 positions. There is a cleanly printed chapter ring as well as Arabic numerals at all but the 9 and 10 positions of the dial, which are, well, utterly useless. This watch doesn't tell time that way. Also nicely printed is the logo and the statement Bastio powered, which is a wink to the designer's je ne sais quoi Goldilocks descriptor he used when doing mock critique videos. The hour and minute hands are black skeletonized swords, and yes, you could have never in a million years guessed this, but they are stuck together and operate collectively as the seconds hand. But wait, there's a black small seconds subdial featuring small white hash marks and a polished silver hand that, just let me check my notes, does nothing. Well, in fairness, it does flop around randomly when you move the watch because it's not actually attached to the movement. Mr. Podre, you are incorrigible. So hold up. How do you actually read the time here? It's deceptively simple. The dial features broken away sections where you can peer through to some clear discs beneath, which indicate the hour on the left and the minutes on the right. Covering all this lunacy and chaos up is a mineral glass crystal, which is designed to appear as though it's been shattered. The illusion is convincing. Worth noting is the macro footage doesn't look as good as it does in real life, as zooming in on the printing impacts the illusion. Water resistance is 30 meters. Included is a black FKM strap, which is 24mm wide, but that features a notch at the ends, allowing it to fit into the 18mm lugs. The stainless steel hardware is brushed and unsigned. Here it is on my flat profile 7-inch wrist. On the included strap, it weighs a Bill and Ted pleasing 69 grams. This watch retails on Mad Hudson's site for $349 Canadian or $250 US. Let's take a look at what you get for your money. As for the lows, there's none. A watch this fun for this price that has no obvious serious faults gets a pass on lows for me. It's not perfect in every way, but there's nothing truly negative about it. This watch has only 30 meters of water resistance. This isn't a dive watch or a sports watch of any kind, so I can hardly call this a low, but I do prefer at least 50 meters for peace of mind. generally speaking. That said, 30 meters is plenty for the vast majority of activities. This watch features mineral glass instead of sapphire. I debated this one with myself. Normally, I'm a huge proponent of sapphire. It's far more scratch resistant and it just lends a level of esteem to a watch. Whenever someone says sapphire, we watch people nod knowingly like that Robert Redford gif where he has that big beard. That said, this watch is designed to look broken, so even if it does actually scratch, I genuinely think it will just look cooler and cooler as it ages. So yeah, for this watch, it's not an issue at all, but I might recommend that Mad Hudson considers integrating sapphire into future releases. Like everything else on this watch, the lugs are very unusual. When on wrist, visually there's no real separation between lugs and case. Everything just flows. The lug-to-lug is still extremely reasonable though. Couple that with the fact that the lugs angle downward to wrap around your wrist, and the comfort level is really high. Despite being such a novel piece with so much going on visually, this watch was clearly designed by someone who prioritizes a watch that wears effortlessly. To me, that is a major high. Speaking of those lugs, the notch strap I mentioned earlier creates a really cool look where, due to the strap flaring out 3mm on either side of the spring bar, the strap is the exact same width as the lug section. It's really unique and it's very cool. It's not really something you see normally. It flows seamlessly and I think it's a really clever design. If you do wear the strap out though, you won't find an off-the-shelf replacement, but Mad Hudson has assured me they will be able to supply you with a replacement if the need should arise. That said, if you want a different look but one that fits the same way, you may have to order a custom strap or modify an existing one. For reference, here's what the watch looks like on a strap with its true 18mm lug width. I don't actually dislike it. It's not as cool as the original, but you could certainly wear it this way. This watch holds up well under magnification. For the money you pay, you get a pretty clean watch. If you're familiar with my videos, then you'll know that's always a positive in my books. It's counterintuitive because this watch is a little busy and definitely a lot zany, but it's remarkably legible. Your first thought when you initially see it is, how do I even tell the time? Then you learn how and you can't unsee it. This watch is, forgive me for saying so, practical. I'll also add that I love that there is still a seconds indicator. Yes, synchronizing this watch to the atomic clock might not be your first priority, but I definitely love when a watch has some indication it's running, and something for me to look at moving along when I inevitably space out staring at the dial. This watch not only provides that, but it does so in a unique fashion. I love that. Speaking briefly about the general aesthetics of this watch, I'll also mention that while it's heavy-handed with its concept, it's also on its face just a handsome watch. People rarely notice my watches, but in this case, a couple of people said something like, "Oh, hey, cool watch," or "Oh, I like your watch." And then I gave them a closer look and they realized all the craziness going on and they liked it even more. So yeah, it's just generally a good-looking watch at a glance. This watch is more affordable than Mr. Jones and way more fun than most watches at this price point. It doesn't scream value at first blush, when you consider it's $250. You can buy a lot of pretty impressive watches these days for that kind of money. Then again, when you consider it, you start to realize this isn't just all about specs. Yes, this watch is quartz and has mineral glass, but it's unlike anything else out there. It's a fantastic wearing experience and is bound to intrigue those around you. This isn't a watch that you're going to get bored of. It's quite a striking piece of art. Add to that, by purchasing a piece like this, you're supporting an artist and a company that supports artists and not just some cynical, faceless corporation. And it starts to become clear that the asking price here is very fair for what you get, and quite a good value. So I started off this video with a joke about how Mad Hudson Watches sent me a broken watch and won't fix it. And yes, this is a novelty watch that appears broken at first glance, but I actually think there's something to the whole thing. A touch of greater meaning behind the gimmick on display here. In the modern world, we all have many ways to tell the time, and a watch is mostly redundant. Don't get me wrong, I'll talk your ear off for hours about why watches have an important place in society, including but not exclusive to the joy they bring so many people, myself included. But this watch nods at the function hiding beneath the form. The facade is cracked and broken, but underneath there's the no-nonsense fact that it's 3 a.m. and you have to get up in 3 hours. It simultaneously celebrates watch culture and roasts it. Like Podre himself, this watch functions on many levels. His humorous performance art and social commentary masquerading as farce, and similarly this watch is silly, but beyond that it illustrates that underneath the fashion, the style, the heritage, the brand names and the complications, what a watch does is tell time. It's a statement on our watch obsession as a whole, I think, and no matter who you are, there's something to love here. This watch is a ton of fun, and I love it. And I think that Mad Hudson watches is just getting warmed up. They're one to keep an eye on. As for this piece, if you like it, I wouldn't hesitate. It's handsome, clever, a conversation starter. It's made by a company that invests in true creativity. It's a good value and, dare I say it, presents just exactly the right amount of Bastio, in my humble opinion. So what do you guys think? Do you like this watch? Do you want one? Do you already have one? If so, let me know about your experiences with it. How do you feel about unusual watches? Do you enjoy watches that aren't afraid to get a little bit crazy? I want to hear about it, guys. Leave a comment below. All right, that's it. That's all. Remember to check the description for any relevant links like where to find the extremely cool Broken Time watch. Till next week, bye-bye.